Okay, welcome to Daily Glow. I have a little sore throat, but I was getting this message coming through that I really needed to. Can we get these without the glare? This message was coming through, so I really need to bring this one specific message through. Okay. Somebody is watching you, but they're pretending not to, or they're hiding that they have their eye on you. Okay, so I don't know if this is somebody coming back from the past or if this is a new person. I'm not sure yet. Let's see if we can figure out who this energy is. But what they're trying to do is evaluate the kind of connection that this is or could be. So they're not sure if the feelings that they have are just like lust, even platonic, or whether this is like a crush, or is this like a deep soul connection? If it is a deep soul connection, then how does that fit into their life, or what's the purpose of it? These are the things that this person is or might be evaluating. So let's see if we can figure out who this is. Okay. And bear with me because I do have, as I said, I have a sore throat and I've been out sick from work for a couple of days. But I really wanted to try to get this one out because the energy almost kind of pesters at me. It doesn't really let me be like, okay, I can do this. Okay, so who is this? Who is keeping an eye on my viewer? Can you describe them, please? Thank you. Okay, so this could be an air sign. Um, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, this is somebody who has been hurt in the past, and because of that, they do hold back. This person is very self-protective and more comfortable in intellectualism or in logic whew, than they are in their, well, that's a lot of energy around that. Definitely strong confirmation on that. Yes, this person is much more comfortable making logic-based decisions than they are with being heart-centered, okay? This is putting this person through a massive, massive life change. This person has been deeply affected by this connection that we're exploring here today. Okay. This person also could be a Scorpio. So we have air signs, we have Scorpio. This is changing the basic alignment of this person's life. Okay, we also have Leo. Okay, so signs that we have out right now are Gemini, Libra, Scorpio, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah. This person is working on something. Yeah, they've been evaluating you and they're not sure. Obviously, they're not sure about you yet, or they haven't been. And this person has also been focusing on work. Okay, and there are other people involved. So this person is probably dating around. They probably have multiple people, um, or have had, or you have. So there's other people involved here. Um, yeah, but it's not a strong energy. It's not a strong energy, okay? And this person is watching you. This person can be very harsh and cutting. Um, This person has a kind of energy that they're very sort of aggressive in whatever they decide, and they may be sort of spontaneous or impulsive. Yes, impulsive is the word that I want. If this person has acted impulsively in the words that they've said to you in the past and they deeply regret it, this person does sort of have an urge to want to come rushing back in and making it better, but they are holding back because of their past trauma, and this person is protecting themselves and healing. Okay, and we have Capricorn and Pisces on the board. So, okay, so signs that we have here now are Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Scorpio, Pisces, Capricorn, and Leo. This person is very burdened with their past emotional baggage, which could be a specific person, but not necessarily. This person is deeply burdened by the life that they have chosen. Yes, that's how I want to put that. Regardless of whether they're in some other relationship or, because I don't really feel that they are, to be honest, that's not the energy that I'm picking up on, but whatever kind of lifestyle that they have been drawn to, it is a burden to them at this time, and it feels very heavy, taxing, draining. It's not feeding them. They they're being brought into a new alignment based on this transformation that they're going through. This person is becoming more spiritual, um, or having more sort of this person may be having experiences with dreams. They may also be doing work with like meditation, or I'm getting something else. This person may even be dabbling in like the occult, or there's something else like that. Some sort of ritual or something. They're into something. Okay. This person is in some ways deeply obsessed with you, and they're like fighting it because well, because they're not sure about you, but okay, okay, hang on. I'm going to pull one of these cards, but I can't show you all of these cards, so I'm gonna try to keep these cards. Thank you. Yeah, I can't show all these cards, so let's see what we have here. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. Yes, this person has created a cage for themselves, or perhaps they've lived in the cage that society has created for them. You know, sometimes we trade one cage for another, not realizing that we're not really free, not realizing that we have caged ourselves again. And I mean, that's relatable. That's sort of like the human experience, I think. But this person is coming into a new kind of lifestyle. So this woman is practicing yoga, and she has the incense going. I don't know if this person is doing yoga per se, but I did get something deeply like ritualistic in like a structured way. So this person is pursuing some sort of somatic therapy or some sort of, oh my God, I don't know what it is. There's some specific thing, some sort of practice that they're following, which is helping to heal them and bring them more into alignment with their true heart, with their true authentic self and their soul's purpose, okay? And that's really beautiful because that's an effect that this connection has had on them, regardless of what happens or doesn't happen between you two in the future. Unconditional love. This connection is helping to realign this person with unconditional love. That's incredible. It's possible that this person may feel like they're falling in love with you. However, I can see how that would cause them to put on the brakes because you're not really falling in love with somebody that you are not actually like participating in a relationship with. This person is holding back and watching you, so they're not really in love with you if they're not really communicating these things to you, and having a relationship where there's give and take and going back and forth, and like an actual relationship. So this person has a past of probably having relationships that are more based on seduction and schmexiness and all that, and they're used to leveraging their sex appeal, basically. Yeah, not today. So it's possible that you put up boundaries with them, but they've then also put up boundaries with you. That you are not somebody who you can't really be seduced. Like you're not really like that. And this connection isn't really like that because this is a connection that really is more spiritually based. Now, there may be attraction there, but it's not like that what they had in the past where they really connected with somebody via that avenue primarily. And this isn't that. It's not going to work that way. Yeah, so it's a completely new way of connecting for them where they're actually connecting with somebody on a spiritual level. It's transforming them, they're growing, and it's changing their mind. And if you thought this connection was over, it's possible that it will be renewed. There's a possibility of renewal. Yeah, because somebody is actually coming out of their outdated thinking. They're re-examining the sort of brain programming that they may have had. They've been replaying events over in their head and rethinking things, and they're healing their heart. Amazing. Okay. I love that for you guys. Again, regardless of what happens, that's amazing. That's wonderful. Let's see, what do we want? I'm gonna see if I can get more information on who this person is. I know. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, let's do these. Can you tell me more about this person, please? Tell me more about the person. This is somebody who is well-to-do, or they have plenty of material things. This is somebody who has a lot of perseverance and they've overcome a lot of challenges in their life. This person could be going through more of a financial pinch at this time, even though they have been very well off. They may be experiencing more of a financial pinch in this moment. What does that say? Spiritual love. Yeah, you and this person have a spiritual love. And so you may both be trying to come to terms with what does that mean in the material world? Like in the 3D world, what do we do with this connection? And what is the purpose of this connection outside of the material? Marriage. That could be the purpose of this connection. I don't know, you guys. Or it's possible that one of you is married and that causes great personal sorrow. That's actually really sad. Hmm. You should accept valid criticism. Hmm. That can be a lesson that both of you need to learn, because an authentic connection is one in which you can't just be you can't just be validating each other on an ego level. Mutual validation is not a healthy relationship. If you two are to be honest and authentic with each other and support each other's continued growth and evolution, then you have to be able to be honest with each other. But it also has to be in a way that is gentle and kind. Because if you love somebody, then you are gentle and kind with them. And if you're not gentle and kind with them, then I'm sorry, I don't think that you love them. So this person could be a woman with dark hair, or one of you could be a woman with dark hair. And there's a lot of happiness here. But one of you can be very stubborn and aggressive. So this person could be a woman who is stubborn and aggressive, but I mean, take it as it resonates, okay? Somebody could have a birthday in August, or August could be significant to your relationship connection in some way. Yeah, hidden secrets can harm you. And so somebody's thinking about that and somebody wants to come out of the shadows. Somebody doesn't want this to be secret anymore. Yeah, somebody wants to bring this out into the open and just bring everything out into the open, but they have to be very cautious about it. Hmm. Somebody could be dealing with the law in some sense. Hmm. Clarify. Clarify. That's okay, that's a lot, you guys. Okay, somebody could be Year of the Rabbit. Lighthearted, carefree time. Okay. So somebody or both of you, it's possible that both of you just had a fling in the past. It's possible that you thought or they thought that this was just a crush, that it was just a physical attraction, that it didn't really mean anything. It was just a crush or just a fling or just something very superficial. It's possible that pursuing this would result in somebody's marriage ending, potentially a divorce if one of you is married, but it's also possible some of you may have been married to this person in the past. Yeah, a marriage will take place either romantic or in business. Okay, so there's something strongly coming through in this reading about marriage. So somebody is married or was married. So this is somebody that you may have been married to, you may be divorced from now, or one of you is married and pursuing this relationship would mean somebody would have to get divorced. Slowly but surely getting ahead. Okay, so regardless of which scenario you relate with here, moving out of that situation is slow, okay? It's just a slow process, so it is moving forward. If you are trying to rebuild and reconcile with an ex-spouse that you have divorced, that is an extremely slow process of reconciliation, okay? It just is like these things, they take time. If somebody is married and they're trying to get out of that situation, that also is something that takes time. These things take time. Great happiness. We have happiness and great happiness. So yeah, the impetus here is that you two could be very, very happy together. You two could be incredibly happy together, and that's kind of a driving factor and a successful outcome to your problems. So someone may be coming into a realization that whatever it is involved, it's worth it. Celebration, fun, and enjoyment. Someone working against you behind your back. Okay, there could be a man with blonde hair who is working against you behind your back, or a man with white or gray hair who is working against you behind your back. That's an extremely specific message for somebody. If so, you can be victorious, okay? If you have suspected that you have a rival or a false friend or something, that would be confirmation. Otherwise, if it doesn't resonate, don't worry about it. Unsuccessful outcome to a problem, temporary problems. Okay, so if something seems to be not working out, that is temporary. Waiting for news package letter. Happiness. This is the third time that happiness has come out. When a message comes through 3 times, that's incredibly important and you have to pay attention to that. There is incredible happiness that is available here as a potentiality. Yeah, somebody feels tied down or frustrated at the moment, but they're planning their success with good plans and hard work. It's just slow going. Somebody's going to receive a gift. It's time to go out and have more fun. And there's going to be an announcement of some kind. Okay, what kind of announcement? Someone will gossip about all of your secrets. Oh, great. I have a feeling that all of this is going to come out into the open eventually, for better or worse. And I feel that that's something that is wanted, but also feared. So, confirmation. Well, this is a little messy, isn't it? By the way, guys, when I say marriage, you can take that to mean just a committed relationship, like a strongly committed relationship where people like live together. I did these already. I want to do, yeah, always take it as it resonates. It is safe for you to love. Yeah, somebody's afraid of this situation. I think both of you. I'm getting both of you are afraid of this situation for different reasons. Worth waiting for. This is something that's worth waiting for. Make the effort. It's worth making an effort for this, and it's worth waiting for, and it's safe for you to open up to this. Somebody needs to free themselves. Somebody needs to pay attention to the red flags. But this is true love. Somebody may be paying attention to the red flags, and it makes them really worried about whether this is a toxic connection or not. Somebody also could be in a toxic situation. Somebody may be in a marriage or committed relationship that is really toxic and difficult for them to get out of safely. If that is the case, then they need to make the effort to free themselves, and it is worth waiting for that. That's very specific. Hmm. Okay. Patience. So the message here is patience. Have patience with this situation. Somebody is clearing energy around their self-esteem, self-confidence, and their place in the community, their sense of having value in a community, and how they view themselves and their sense of self-worth, basically. It could be both of you. It could be both of you, to be honest. Stand your ground. Yeah, somebody is in a situation, a hostile situation. Someone's in a hostile situation, and they need help. Yeah, somebody may need help from their community, or they may need to feel like they deserve help. Yeah, somebody's trapped. Somebody feels trapped and afraid. Oh my goodness. That's extremely specific, but yeah, okay. What I'm definitely getting is I'm picking up on that scenario that has come through in the past sometimes where somebody does feel stuck or trapped in a situation. Yeah. Also, okay, so third party, it may actually not even be like a marriage or committed partnership that they have with somebody else. For some of them, some of you, for some of them, whatever, it could be a toxic family that is controlling them. So like toxic parents or something like that. Somebody is seeing the truth of the toxic situation that they're in, though, and oh, okay. Okay. It actually may be if, okay. The if so say this is like soulmates or divine counterparts, however you want. I don't know. We didn't get that yet. So this is some sort of soulmate connection. Yes? Okay. The one of you who is not in the toxic relationship or toxic family is seeing the truth of why the other person is still in that situation. That person is sort of, I don't like saying trapped or stuck, but that person is dealing with that slowly and steadily, were the words that came out before. This person is dealing with that situation slowly and steadily. They are working on their sense of self-worth. They are standing their ground. They were trapped in fear. They are working with others and standing their ground to get out of that situation. Yeah, movement, choices, decisions. Somebody has a strategy and a plan. Somebody is creating their financial independence. Somebody is making a decision or coming into or making they're getting more and more clarity about a situation. They're making decisions, choices, planning, but there's still a waiting game. It's just a waiting game. Somebody is actively changing their life. We have 222 confirmation. So the angel number 222 may be of significance. You can look that up. But somebody is actively changing their life and it just takes time. Third eye. Mm, oh, and then we have choose wisely. Okay. Somebody is having more clarity on a higher level, like on a 5D level. Somebody has a lot of clarity now. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Where do we want to go? Okay, let's see. What are this person's likely actions? Actually, I am feeling both masculine and feminine watching this reading. So I want to ask something I've never done before. What are the likely actions of the feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine? What are the likely actions of the feminine? What are the likely actions of the masculine? And fall where you go. I want the cards to place themselves on the side that they go in. Oh, that's okay. Masculine, feminine. Okay, so the masculine is grounding. The masculine is learning to make decisions that are based in actual happiness and joy and not just material well-being. The masculine is learning positive masculinity versus toxic masculinity, and they've also come to a clarity about the feminine. So they've decided that she has a good heart. That's nice. Okay. And yeah, they want to show they want to be the kind of person that the feminine is not scared of. That's the words that are being given to me, that she can feel peaceful and calm around this person. And they're making changes. They're making actual changes. Okay, and I think I want to pull some more cards for the masculine side, but we got a lot of cards on the feminine side. I'm saying she and he, but these are just energies. So actually the feminine is not necessarily a she, the masculine is not necessarily a he. It just depends. So take, whatever resonates, switch the genders, whatever you need to do. Okay. Okay. She has been overthinking, and that has slowed down her manifestation. She may have a special connection with poetry. Okay. So she may be like channeling her energy through poetry or writing or something like that. She has been making wishes, but like as powerful intentions. She has been learning to have more positive expectations, that expectation that things are going to work out for me. She has been trusting her intuition more. She has been collaborating with others more. She has been learning to get into a flow state more instead of overthinking. And her aura is really shining. So that's what she's working on. She's being intentional, collaborative, intuitive, flow state, and positively channeling her energy. That's nice. Okay, let's get some more cards. What is the masculine doing? What actions might the masculine take? Fierce serenity. So the masculine is learning to be calm, calmly strong, fierce, but in a very grounded way. They're getting back to the basics and learning to be more balanced, and in that way empowering themselves with the full spectrum of their expression instead of just one or two kinds of expression that they might have been more comfortable with in the past. They're learning to be more intentional in who they want to be and who they decide to be, to actively choose their future and create it instead of letting somebody else figure it out for them, I guess. Anything else for either side? What future actions might the divine feminine or the divine masculine make? Place the cards where they go. Thank you. The spark of hustle. Okay. So this didn't come out at first, so this might be a little bit of a future energy, but the divine masculine is ready to start working towards what he wants. And hustle is like a strong energy. Limitations inspire innovations. Okay, so he's learning to creative problem solve, or he's being inspired to creative problem solve and sort of figure out solutions to what has held him back in the past. Fearless expression. Fill your cup with sacred giggles. Interesting. There may be something about comedy or humor here. I don't know what that is. Um, there's definitely something about being brave, courageous, fearless, and expressing himself. Interesting. If he's coming in with communication, for those of you who are not in communication, then he may sort of broach the distance or the gap that may have existed, or he may, if there was some sort of conflict or something, he may come forward with some sort of humor to lighten the moment. Anything else for either side? Anything else? Thank you. Light in the unexpected. I don't think this is so much an action that she's taking, but something that she's magnetizing towards herself by her expectations, her intentionality, and her opening up to a flow state and her intuition and all of that, that kind of energy that she's in. She is magnetizing some sort of lightning moment towards her, something unexpected. Anything else? Come out all the way if you want to come out, please. Thank you. Lead your metamorphosis. Oh my God. Okay. Wow. Um, the divine masculine is coming to a point, so he's not here quite yet. He's coming to a point where he's finally ready to lead this connection. He may have been a leader in other parts of his life, but he really wasn't sure about this connection. And it was also asking something else of him, because it was asking him for forms of expression and forms of authentic self-expression, nothing that he isn't, but parts of himself that he really hadn't explored in this incarnation, or not very much. This connection asked these people to be more fully themselves. Yeah, so there was a period of calibration that was needed. Interesting. Yeah, the divine masculine is definitely coming much more into his active and intentional and leading energy, and she is coming into her intuitive, flowy, intentional, um, trusting energy. That's really cool. What do I want to pull last here? Ah, yes, there we go. Okay, there's something, this connection could be coming into the material, but there's also something here about money or income. But I feel that this connection could be coming into the material. Like if there's been very much a sense of this just happening on the 5D, because there's little to no contact except in the 5D, I feel that this connection is going to come back into the material in some sense. And particularly with that word owning, this could mean that for some of the viewers, that, how to put this, that you two become official or exclusive. Clarify though. Clarify. I feel that energy right now very much. Okay. Void of course, moon. Right now, everything sort of is in limbo. That's what I want to say. There's a sense of things being in limbo. Um, Almost like that moment if somebody is belaying and they're sort of setting a new hook. And so you were hanging off of one hook and then I don't even know if I'm using the right terminology at all. I've not been rock climbing in over 20 years, so oh my God. Anyway, yes, okay. It's kind of like you're in between things in this moment. Yeah, there's a very active energy. This is extremely intentional. The energy of Aries is extremely intentional. It's extremely goal oriented, and there's almost a sense of selfishness, but not necessarily in a negative way. Aries represents the spark of life. Like the reason that we're here at all is because we want things and there's a point to something. There's a goal of some kind. The soul desires to live, to experience, to do this or that, to be something. It's very basic. It's very primal. If something sparks your if something sparks the sense that you have of why you're even incarnated at all, right? Your sense of why you're alive, you could call that passion, desire, joie de vivre, whatever you want to call that. If something connects at that level, then Aries is about wanting to pursue that. But it may involve sacrifice. And that's interesting because Aries can be such a selfish, potentially, energy in the sense that it wants what it wants and will go after it. But Neptune is about sacrifice and is totally uh, egoless. Like there's no ego. It puts everything on the altar. And there's this interesting sort of dichotomy in releasing the ego to get something that you really, really want at sort of like a very foundational level. And it's connecting you more with your faith. There also could be a distance here. So it could be sort of like potentially long distance or um, a distance between people, like an emotional distance or distance in worldview or something like that. There's some destiny to this connection, whatever. Yeah, and we have desire coming through with Aries. Definitely, there's a strong attraction, but it really is deeper than just lust or just a physical attraction. There's some sort of destiny here that calls to be explored. And a strong fire energy, okay? So we have Leo, Aries, and fire element. Um, Leo is the energy that takes the spark of Aries. So the Aries is the first fire sign in the zodiac, and it's the spark of desire, the spark of passion, the spark of something. And Leo takes that spark, confirmation, and stabilizes it and helps produce it into something which can be consistent, stable, long-lasting, and nourishing. We have Libra, sixth house, and Jupiter. So Libra is about balancing out the energies, where Aries is purely self-focused in the sense of it's not necessarily selfish in a bad way. It's just a very raw energy. And Libra is also a very raw energy. Libra on its own can be too wishy-washy and too uncertain and too soft and diplomatic, okay, just as Aries could be too single-minded, like too narrow-minded, too selfish, potentially, okay? So they balance each other out perfectly because they are opposites on the zodiac, Aries and Libra. And so here, there really is a balance between pursuing something that truly and authentically and deeply calls for you, and also balancing in all of the other considerations, so that you can balance sacrificing, ego, pursuing destiny. Sixth house, there's something about being at peace and in balance with the natural world. Also, for some people, there could be some sort of work connection, or this could be somebody that you know in the community. Jupiter, abundance. This is about expansion. That also echoes the ninth house. So, whereas for some people, this could be somebody from work or the community, for some people, this could be somebody at quite a distance, or it could be somebody who has a different background, like a different cultural background than you do. Interesting. So that's a lot of different potential energies and confirmations for those that may resonate for. And I just want to finish with a little tarot reading again. So what do we need to know about this situation right now? Why is this coming through specifically? Why do we need to know about this right now? Or what's the message? Somebody hasn't been sure how this fits into their life or what they're supposed to do with this. They may have thought that this was just a crush, or just an obsession of some kind, or somebody that they admire. But again, not really knowing what they're supposed to do with that. Somebody is learning to balance, this could be both of you, learning to balance the full expression of their being and become more empowered by calling back to themselves fragmented parts of their soul. So this is soul retrieval. This is soul retrieval of soul fragmentation. Okay. So it's possible that the real purpose of this destined connection is not even necessarily for you two to be together. I'm not saying that one way or the other, okay? But I'm just saying it's possible that the real purpose of this connection was for you to become more authentic, for you to recapture parts of yourself that you may have lost along the way. Regardless of what happens between you and this person, you have become a fully, or are becoming a fully actualized version of your authentic self. And that's incredible. You are coming into alignment with things that you may have thought you could never have, or dreams that you may have given up on a long time ago. You may have decided this person is never coming, this is never happening, and there may have been many dreams that you gave up on along the way. Yeah, this is very much about soul retrieval. Wow. So if you've been wondering what is the purpose of this connection, this is the message that I'm strongly being given. The purpose of this connection was soul retrieval. It's almost like, okay, so this person is somebody who's spying on you, watching you, evaluating you even, but they're not showing it. They're pretending that they're not watching you, but they are, and they've been trying to decide or evaluate, is this just a crush? Is this something deeper? If this is a soul connection, what is the point of it? What am I supposed to do with this, right? But in another sense, it's like this person had turned their back on their own heart. At some point in their life, this person had turned their back on their own heart, maybe because it hurt too much. And what's really happening here is this person is being called back to their heart. And maybe that's true for both of you. Maybe that's been true for both of you. Is there anything else that we need to know about this connection? Okay, what kind of conflict or competition? Okay. The divine masculine in this connection is somebody who is very popular and gets a lot of attention. That's what I'm being told. He's very attractive in some way. Maybe he's very physically attractive. Maybe he has he's very admired for some reason, for whatever it is. Maybe it's his career, or whatever it is. Okay. So what do we need to know about this? Oh, okay. Okay. They're basically saying about the all the competition that he has. This is interesting because I'm going to say he and she, and again, the divine masculine may not necessarily be a he, the divine feminine may not necessarily be a she. Okay, just flip the genders however you need to, but I'm just going to say he. He and she are experiencing this different ways. She sees him as somebody who gets a lot of attention and that there's a lot of competition. And in that case, the spirit guides are saying that what is real and what is authentic is going to become apparent over time or may have become apparent over time. So basically, like, you don't have to worry if that's something that you're worried about. But it's interesting because he's experiencing this differently, where he's experiencing it as conflict. He experiences conflict that he gets a lot of attention, but it feels sort of stressful in some way or chaotic or something like that. And he's feeling some form of consequences for ways that he's lived his life in the past. Whether he's pushed people away or whether perhaps he's invited this attention, either consciously or unconsciously, he's feeling the consequences and he's coming to a realization of what's actually important in his life. Yeah, he's experiencing a tower moment. And it may be because of the boundaries that she's put up. Again, flip the genders however you need to. She may have moved on and she's seeing other people. She may have started a new relationship. If the divine feminine moved on and started another relationship, that was a massive tower moment for him. That felt apocalyptic to him. Mhm. Or, am I reading this right? Hmm. Yeah. Okay, he wants to ask her out. He wants to rekindle, or if they've never had a romance, he wants to open up about his feelings, and he's feeling very possessive about her. He wants to have her be his. He doesn't want her single and he doesn't want her starting a different relationship. Yeah. Yeah, he's ready to commit. He wants to tell her that the feelings are reciprocated and mutual. He wants to be there for her. This is so interesting. I feel like this reading has gone in a couple different directions. I don't know. Is this all one scenario? Can you guys tell me in the comments? Because I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Well, that's what I'm getting. Okay. Any last messages here before we move on? Hmm. It feels like he's literally studying you to try to figure out what it is you need and what he needs to do and how he can do this. Like he's figuring this out. Like he's actively figuring this out right now so that you two can be together. He could even be working on something regarding his house, like getting his house ready for you to visit. Confirmation, or even move in, or he may be looking for a different house or something. Yeah, he's literally, look at this bird nesting. He's literally like nesting. And again, swap the genders however you need to. He's literally thinking about what he needs to do to get you either with him or back with him and not with anybody else. He doesn't want you out with anybody else. Yeah, he's thinking about having the house that you need, having the material. This is really cute because he's thinking about like the literal material aspect. Do you remember when I had the astrology cards out and the literal first card that came out was the second house? He's thinking about what he needs to have or do or set up to create the kind of life that he wants you two to have together, that he wants you to be comfortable. He wants you to feel comfortable and safe and secure with him. And he's literally thinking about that, like from the standpoint of his actual literal house. That is so cute. I don't know why that's so cute. Oh my God, maybe because I have Cancer rising. Yeah, and but he's also thinking about like the date, like the actual, yeah, he's thinking about like what kind of date can he take you on? Like where can he take you? Like is he going to take you out to a restaurant? Or are you going to do a picnic? And he wants you to be comfortable. He's like thinking about all the details of like how is he actually going to woo you, pursue you, or whatever. It's possible that you may have had some sort of criticism or something of him in the past, or maybe not, but maybe he's just been watching you and seeing like what you like and don't like, and he really, really wants to come forward in a way that you will like and feel comfortable with. He wants to present an option to you that you will really like. Oh my God, he's literally like up at night about it. Like he's experiencing insomnia. He's really worried about how he can present an offer or option to you, how he can present himself as an offer or option that you're going to be happy with. But also, if he feels like you're stressed out and overburdened with certain material aspects, maybe there's something going on where like your housing situation is not the best, or maybe you're living, this is if I'm talking to the divine feminine, maybe the divine feminine is in a housing situation that's not ideal, or living with toxic family members, or maybe in a toxic relationship, whatever the deal is, he's literally up at night worrying about the situation that you're in and wanting or thinking about it, take it as it resonates, and not wanting you to be worried and wanting your stress and burden to be eased and to end. Yes. He also may be thinking about the competition as in somebody that you are with. If the divine feminine, I keep saying you, but actually I feel like I have both divine feminine and divine masculine watching this. That's the energy that I'm getting. Okay. So if he sees that the divine feminine is in a toxic relationship, or if she is seeing somebody who is toxic or unhealthy in some way, he's really concerned about that. He feels like that could be in some way like a consequence of choices that he made in the past, either holding back for too long, or he may have rejected her. I don't know what happened. There's something, they may have had some sort of conflict in the past, but whatever it is, he feels like in some way this is a consequence of the choices that he made in the past, that she's dealing with this and that he's dealing with this, that now they're both dealing with this sort of stressful, chaotic energy of some form of other people who are interfering in the potential for these two people to be together. And it's causing them stress in different ways. It's causing them stress in different ways. So he's thinking about how can he rearrange things to create space for this connection. Okay, that's really specific and interesting. Um, how close is this connection to actually like materializing? Hmm. Yeah, they're highlighting again how much stress is here. So in an energetic sense, it's not close. But remember that energy can change like that. Energy can change immediately. Energy can change overnight. I have such a massive sense of deja vu right now. Weird. But um the energy right now is about as stressed as it can be. Remember how we saw on the divine feminine side of things that she's becoming more optimistic and intentional, and the divine masculine is becoming a little bit more active in his metamorphosis and making active and deliberate changes in his life? Interesting. Somebody has been avoiding a cathartic or painful conversation. Somebody has been avoiding saying the difficult things. Somebody has been avoiding a confrontation. Somebody may have been staying in a relationship out of fear, and somebody has been dealing with jealousy. So these are issues. These are current issues. There's a new beginning needed, and there's a new beginning that is happening now, as it were. So whoever is watching and resonating with this scenario, you are currently in the beginning of a new chapter. You are transitioning into a new phase. So all of this pain and heaviness is going to go in the past, but it is going to require some sort of confrontation, possibly more than one kind of confrontation. And the avoidance of that is going to potentially, it has the potential to slow this down. Somebody has had certain boundaries up, but those boundaries may not have necessarily been like healthy boundaries. For instance, somebody may be refusing to communicate about certain things. And that's sort of a self-protective boundary, but it's not actually a healthy boundary. And so the universe is tearing that down. Somebody who has been trying to sort of protect their own heart, it's been a very slow healing process. And I think it's the feminine, but I don't know. It could go both ways. But I think that the feminine has been guarding her heart. And I don't know, but she may have placed, yeah, this could go a couple of ways. Um, there will be a message, and it could even be a sort of apology or explanation, something like that, like an olive branch. Somebody may extend an olive branch. Somebody may come forward. I feel that the divine masculine may extend an olive branch and want to clear the air. It may come out of nowhere. It may be a total surprise. But what's not going to happen is things staying the same. Things will not stay the same. Yeah, that's a new beginning. That's a separation or time apart, but it's also like healing. And there was a balancing of energies. Hmm. Yeah, somebody was working on becoming financially independent, but there's definitely a new beginning coming forward, and it starts as a spark of something, maybe a project, and it ends with honest communication and opening up about something that had been unspoken, or I don't know, some sort of like revelation. It could be breaking no contact for those who have not been speaking to each other. It may be an honesty about the fact that they have both wished for each other. They both long for each other. Like they both want each other. And then figuring out how to make that work. There's definitely a strong energy of balancing energies and admitting that there's a reciprocation here. Something's going to change suddenly. Yes, there may be a sudden meeting or something is going to change suddenly, which is going to force a decision. Okay, I don't want to read too much more into this, and I do have a sore throat, so I am going to close this out here. But this was a fascinating little reading, I think, and I hope you thought so too. When you do like a video, it really, really, really helps me out a lot in the algorithm. So I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for all of your likes and comments, and to everybody who's subscribed. It's really awesome. I love it. Thank you. Okay, hopefully I will catch you guys another time. Thank you so much for being here, being a part of this reading. Take care.